I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. The political situation in Syria is very, very exciting. I've watched dynamics like this take place over the years, and the lessons remain the same. You can fool the people some of the times, but you can't fool all the people all the times. No matter how long you oppress the people, a time will come they will set themselves free, or people will help set them free. People can bow down before you as an oppressor. They can kowtow, they can hail you. But the day you will be driven from power, you will see the same people celebrating. Those of you who act as agents of oppression for oppressors, when the oppressor will enter a plane and fly away, you will be left behind. Bashar al-Assad has flown away. He left his prime minister behind to hand over power. I don't know the negotiations he had with the rebels. People invaded the presidential palace and they have stripped it nearly bare, carried all kinds of things. That protection, that seal that you think you have, the people protecting you are a minority. The people who hate you are a majority. As he was fleeing from the capital, unless he carries check booklets of money he has deposited overseas, he could not carry much out of the country. 50 years and above of oppression has disappeared. Idi Amin, like that, went to Saudi Arabia and passed on from there. How much of power can satisfy you? How much of wealth can satisfy you? I saw barrel bombs being dropped in Aleppo, in homes in several parts of Syria by Bashar al-Assad, with Syrian support, with Hezbollah. Today, the Russians have their own war. The death of the mercenaries, the mercenary leader whose plane crashed or exploded, must have created a vacuum in Syria. The collapse of Hezbollah or decapitation of Hezbollah, the destruction of the ammunition dumps, must have created another vacuum. In the final analysis, all those nations supporting you to oppress your people, they will protect their own interests, and you will be left alone. And if you can't resist, you will flee. Today, the real owners of the nation, when I mean the real owners, the citizens, are rejoicing. They're in their country. When you run around political leadership and gang up against the people and mess up the lives of the people, one day their hands will touch you. Syria is undergoing a lot of revolutionary changes. My prayer is that it will not degenerate to Libya, where you have different factional leaders. It will not degenerate to Egypt, where another dictator will replace those who were there before, and then you will see crisis of suppression and all that. But the lessons of Syria should keep every leader on the alert that power belongs to the people in the real sense. The funny thing about life is that when it happens in one country, there is this domino effect. There's this domino effect. Took 10 years from the 10 or 12 years from 2012 or thereabout when the protest started to reach 2024, and the people have finally won. And that's how history repeats itself. Paul Kagame was a rebel leader for a long time before he eventually overran Kigali and came into power. There are questions I would have wanted to ask, but I will not ask them. You can think for yourself. Just project for yourself. It demands a lot of prayer for our dear country, Nigeria. We must be serious-minded. Look at Yemen. The Houthi rebels were in the mountains, but with time they overran the capital. Let's not play with the little pockets of violence and resistance we are seeing in this country. It can snowball into something more dangerous. The earlier we do the right thing, the better. I prefer peace. It's only in peace we can prosper. Justice, democracy, oppression can win for a while, but it eventually loses the battle. I am Dr. Charles Apoki. God bless you.